Namaste, my warriors, and welcome to Universal Goddess Tarot. Like, share, subscribe, get the thumbs up as you get in here, my warriors. Message! The message is there's a crazy, delusional, psychopathic, malevolent warlock and witch, kitchen a witch bitch that just doesn't know when to stop. They don't know when to stop. They went too far and they did too much. I'm trying to get the lighting here, guys. Um, Here they are, still trying to set you up. You already got the bag, right? The bag's already in your hands. It's just right there, right there. You just gotta go pick it up. They're mad. They're mad that they didn't get the bag. These thieves, these greedy ass, pedophile, serial killing murderers, right? They sat there, and this man, Pedro Antonio Ramos, and his witch bitch, right? They got you in a fake marriage. They did that so that they knew what you had before you knew what you had. In fact, you didn't know what you had until the Most High was sending you messages left and right. Until you couldn't even pick up your own mail, where they would snatch your mail out of your hands so you wouldn't see anything, get anything, not a letter, not a penny, no, like nothing. You got no notifications of absolutely nothing, nothing. So they created scenario. They got you arrested, put out the house, homeless, under false accusations. False accusations. I'm going on homeless 6 months now. Being homeless 6 months now. Under fraudulent charges, right? Because they needed you out of that house. They needed whoever was going to fraudulently take you over, your copycat, right? Because they took your birth certificate, they took your social security card with your maiden name, and they went and made a whole bunch of IDs. So you got a whole bunch of Maria Ramos around there, right? They went in, married this man somewhere, and whatever. They got a whole bunch of fraudulent paperwork. They do death certificates. They kill people with poison. They set people up to be killed and murdered. They have to kill their firstborn child, all right, in order to enter these covens. So how did they do it? They poisoned them. These kids tend to bleed out. They rape them as a baby. When they come out the womb, they're raping your babies. They sedate the children in order to get away with what they've done. You've never known it because they've been sedating you every night, and you never even knew it. You never knew it. You never knew that your children were being raped by their own father, their own mother. She was in. He was in there with her, enjoying your children together as babies. So while he was raping them, there was a reason why they can't have children now, because as babies, their insides were being pushed up to their chest. He's done this to my daughter. He's my daughters, my son. He raped my son. He raped my daughters. My daughter can't have children. His niece couldn't have children. They murdered her with poison. They tried to murder my daughter multiple times, multiple times. If it wasn't for the Most High Lord God of the universe saving my children, they would not be here. Manipulated you. You were. They use MK Ultra for mind control. So nobody ever knows what's going on. These kids don't know they're going up against you. Their own loving mother that the, that's who they love the most, right? They're sitting there. They're sitting there and they're raping their babies. This warlock and this witch do it together. They sat there while you went to work. They were home raping your babies together, and then attaching evil entity attachments to them, and then doing like, since they're sedated, the children don't know. And if they have woke up in the middle of them doing something, there was a reason why your children wouldn't let them touch them. because I had told my son, because he was like, Mom, can you check this? As a little boy, he was like 3 years old, 2 years old, telling me to check his private part. And I'm going, baby, let daddy check that because you're a boy and he's a boy and it's daddy's turn. I'm doing it not knowing that there was a reason. My son was like, no, mommy, I want you to check it. I never knew. I never knew. My kids are grown now, but I never knew that this was happening. I would have been in jail already. I promise you. I promise you. For the Most High Lord, I would have never let this happen to my children. He takes their innocence. He's taken many. He took his niece's innocence as a baby, as her own father did, and then they poisoned her to death, and she passed. She was the only niece. The only niece. He only had one child, and they killed her. They killed her. Like they murdered my brother, and his fiance or his girlfriend murdered my mom and my stepdad and my nephew. My brother murdered his firstborn son. They create scenarios. They create crashes, gang shootings, overdoses, things like that. Their jealousy for their children is overwhelming. For children in general, they steal their essence. They steal their they deflower them. They want to make sure that even if they're newborn, when I tell you newborn, I be newborn. They can't move out the way. They can't push them off. They can't scream. Nothing. That's how young they were when they were being deflowered. This is what this man does with his kitchen warlock, kitchen bitch witch, this fucking crazy maniac. Both of them are crazy. Both of them. They're lunatics. Lunatics beyond imagination. Like, hello, my warriors, get in here. Get in here. So you have kitchen witches and warlocks still warring against you. Right now, they want to set you up. They want to set up the divine masculine, the divine feminine, to go down for some sort of a crime, and it's going to be a heavy crime. It's got to be something like horrendous, something that you go down for life. Murder, multiple murders. Meanwhile, it was them, and they're trying to hide it. What they don't know is they're already caught up with that. They had forensics come in. They caught the officer that was working, the dirty cops that was working against the divine feminine, divine masculine, to help out these crazy kitchen witches and warlocks. They caught him. He was on a floor that he wasn't supposed to be on. He was um, he was touching evidence that he wasn't supposed to be touching. He was trying to add like fingerprints or add maybe like your hair, your something of yours to the incriminating evidence. But what he don't know, he's already caught up. He's already caught up. They caught him. They caught him on camera. The guy that operates that floor, he don't play about that. He don't play about his job. So he caught him leaving the floor, leaving the facility that he wasn't supposed to be at. So they're all caught up. They're all caught up. The time, the date, everything's caught up. So they'll be picking his dumb ass up. You wanted to be the dirty cop and save these witches and warlocks, and now you go down for everything you've done for being a dirty cop that you are. So if they're trying to incriminate the divine feminine, divine masculine, they're caught. The Most High ain't playing no more. The universe is not playing anymore. You can't commit these crimes against them. They're coming together whether they like it or not. They're doing all of this so that they don't get caught up in what they've been doing, in all this the stuff they've been doing, all the murders that they're going down for. They're going down for multiple murders. They'll never see the light of day again. They will never see the light of day again. They go. Can you please? I'm sorry. Can you go over there? I'm trying to do a video. Sorry, I got somebody that's delusional that actually talks to herself. So I just want to let you know, like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Sending people constantly in here, putting like acid on my bed, like battery acid, so it irritates your skin. They put it in my lotion, my face lotion. I've bought multiple lotions and toothpaste, something to mess up your teeth, your whatever it does. It loosens your your cavities. Like if you have fillings, it loosens your fillings. So it's something that makes it really hard because my toothbrush was getting hard. My fillings were feeling funny. So they're putting things in the toothpaste, in my face lotion to make me like break out. It makes you look um like your skin look really like it's gonna break out, like total breakout. It makes it look like that. It could be washed off, but this is after I'm doing my makeup that you notice that your face starts irritating. So they got people here in they got all the staff coming up against me, poisoning my breakfast. Excuse me, spiritual break. Poisoning my breakfast, my water to make a tea. I bring my own tea in, so they poison the sugar. They poison the water, and it's not only me. They whatever they're doing is causing the whole facility to become sick. They want you sick. They want you to look sick. They want the divine feminine and the divine masculine sick in any way possible. Like they've tried, they put things in my shampoo and conditioner. My hair was falling out, so I had to go buy more shampoo, more conditioner. Um, uh, uh, like in the soap to irritate your skin, to makes your skin so dry. That like they don't know when to stop. Like they're like raging war against themselves. And they believe that all the spell they do spell work over here. They're doing spell work on, in the kitchen. You smell it at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're cooking up something in the back, and it always smells like it's not quite coffee. And everybody's like, "Is that burnt coffee?" No. I tell them, "No, it's voodoo. They're doing voodoo in the back, and it's not working. None of it. They think they're up against the high priestess or the high priest, and they're not. They're up against God. We already let go and let God handle this, and He told us to step aside, and that's what we did. So when they sit there and say, what could be protecting them? That they haven't fallen sick, that they're not, things aren't going the way they're supposed to, because you're going against God. You're going against God. Like, there is no winning for you. You're done for. You're done for. You're going down in the worst of ways. Your best bet is to take yourselves out for the for the atrocities that you have done to many, to the children, to innocent lives. They put life insurance policy, high paying dividend life insurance policies on everyone, and then they take them out in unsuspecting ways to make it look. They got to make it look like an accident in all ways. There was a drive-by shooting. There was they get poisoned because the hospitals don't test for poisoning. So they use arsenic, they use thallium, tasteless, colorless, and odorless. They can put it in water and they poison them and give them a heart attack. And guess what goes on their paperwork? They died of a heart attack. Unless a parent or someone that their family member goes in and said, no, we want them tested for poison, they don't get tested for poison. All right, so they go down. If they bled out, they go out for they. That's what they go on the paper that they bled out. Like this is what they've been doing for many years, and they've gotten away with it. It's done. It's done and over with. They're not getting away with not one thing. And if they think they're still out there thinking in their crazy delusional mind that they can come back to you, they can still manipulate you because they want that bag. They want that bag. They're coming in with that loving feeling to show you, oh, I love you. I've changed. I'm not that same person. Listen, they're not that same person. They're worse. They're worse. They want to manipulate your emotions. You've changed. Divine feminine, divine masculine. You've changed. You're not falling for that anymore. You're not going back. There is no manipulation in this world or the next that would ever think of taking them back. And they know it. But they want to have the face. They want to have the face to go in front of you and say, I'm so sorry. Like, that's going to work. None of it's going to work. You're not fucking coming back. You better fucking understand that. Don't ever show your face to me, you fucking faggot. They've been gay all their lives. This feminine and this masculine, they marry people for their abundance. To steal. To steal, kill, and destroy is what they've done. They've done it to many. He's murdered many, she's murdered many. And they've gotten away with it, and it's done for. So the message is they still want to try. I'm hoping that they already got this cop caught up. I'm hoping that they already did that. They already picked his dumb ass up, thinking that he was gonna be so smart. I'm going to go in the evidence room and I'm gonna stick some hair in there. I'm gonna take her fingerprints or his fingerprints that were on a cup and tape it to the cup. Tape it to whatever weapon, a knife, a gun, I don't know what else they can use. The cup of poison, I don't know. But they're doing things like that, transferring your DNA. I don't know. I don't even watch science movies to find out how they do that stuff. Only from like TVs where they took tape when they're taking up evidence and they put it on a plate so that they can see the fingerprints and stuff. So I've seen stuff like that. They take the DNA from lipstick or a cup or stuff like that. So it's something like that that he did, and he's caught up for that because forensics was already on it, and they were already watching him because they already know he was dirty. So he was already being watched doing all this dumb shit. They watched him as he went downstairs and did his dumb shit. And then they grabbed whatever he took, and the forensic got to it. And they're like, this dumb motherfucker. So they're all caught up. Okay, you got the bag. The bag, it's ready to be delivered to you. You will be meeting up with your divine masculine, your divine feminine. You guys will be what God has already written in the stars. No one can take that apart. They think that they could do all this. They put lies out there. Oh my God, that you were spreading diseases. Meanwhile, you've been celibate what? How many years? 6 years or more? 5, 6 years, right? Clean, all the way. In fact, before the divine feminine, divine masculine come together, I believe that you should both go get tested, just to show, your purity. Just so I have no shame in that, none. We can go to the doctors together. Hello, we can go to the doctors together to show our innocence, our purity, our cleansiness. Nope, I don't play with toys. I don't watch porn. I don't use my fingers. Nothing has been down there. Nothing at all. No fondling, no touching, other than taking a shower or using the bathroom. Nothing. So they lied. They said you were a hooker. They said you were a druggie. They said you're homeless because they made you homeless. Under lies and using crooked judges and crooked lawyers and crooked DA and crooked police officers. Yeah. And crooked psych doctors, crooked hospitals. Like, you went through it all. You went through being arrested. You went through being put in a psych unit. Never been in a psych unit in your life. But here you are under fraudulent charges. First they said it was domestic violence. Why do you go to a psych unit for domestic violence? Yeah. Then they said it was, uh, what was it? I know they said something else. I don't know what it was. Drug use? It could have been drug use. Meanwhile, take my blood. I don't take no drugs. Zero drugs. I don't drink at all. Not a glass of wine, not sparkling wine, nothing. Not a beer, nothing. Not no cigarette. Well, okay, I have smoked a cigarette, but no vaping, no joints, no drugs of any kind. And I'm afraid of needles, so you definitely won't get that. So I'm trying to get the light, guys. So I miss you, my warrior. I didn't come out on video because I was trying to hold off. I didn't want to give them heads up on anything, on how they were going to be caught up, because I felt like I was giving out too many messages about how they were getting caught up, when they were coming for them, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted them to get caught up. Uh, I wanted them to be surprised. I didn't. I wanted them to be caught in action with their pants down.
Um,
This dirty motherfucker, he raped my granddaughter. He already raped my grandson. My grandson's only 2 years old. He's only two. My daughter just don't understand that, and she don't believe that he's done, but he has. He has, because when I went to change his diaper, he was crying. He didn't want me to touch his butt, so something was going on with that, and it wasn't that he did boo boo. He didn't even do boo boo. He was a BP pamper. So I knew something was going on, and he had just came from with his grandpa. She gives him, knowing that he's a pedophile, she gives him my grandson alone. So he takes him for drives and does what he got to do with him. And she better hope that they both don't have these STDs, these deadly STDs, HIV, herpes. She better hope that she don't, because she's going down for all of that too. She sedated her daughter so that her father could deflower her own daughter. At what, 9 years old? Got her pregnant, and they had to take her out of state to have an abortion. Don't play with me, man. You're going down for all of that. Both of you are. There's no way I would let those atrocities go. Now that I know, I'm gonna make sure that you go down for all of that. For every atrocity you've done. But my daughter, she poisoned the cop. He left here, he left New York and went to California and womp womp wound up dead. Yeah, in his house. I believe they're saying a heart attack. Yeah, right. Okay, right after she left, because she tainted all his shit in the fridge. Yeah, okay.
so,
They're going down for multiple murders. She'll never see the light of day. My husband will never see the light of day. That crazy demonic pedophile witch bitch. They're both gay. He's been good. My husband's been down low the whole time he was with me. And I had a friend that was telling me when I just had my first daughter, and I deaded that friendship because I didn't believe her. And I said, "How dare you talk about my husband like that?" And me defending him. Meanwhile, she's like, "No, look, I'm telling you because I know him, and he was talking about it. He was fucking one of the twins upstairs. It was a man twin, and I know the twins." And I'm like, "Nah, don't, we was about to fight. Like, I was defending him like that, and I lost the friendship like that." So the whole time he was with me, he was down low. He was married with this witch bitch, and they're out there marrying people for money so that they can dead them and run away with all their assets. They've been doing this for multiple years. They go to different states, different countries. They have children that they deflower together. They both do it together. They deflower these children, and they put entity attachments to them, so that these children, and they sedate them, so the children never know. They never know that they're being mean and nasty to you because they have attachments that their father and this dumb bitch put on. If I if I catch this bitch, man, then I can tell you I know I'm going to jail. I know I'm going to jail. You ain't getting me off of her. Nothing in this world is getting me off of her. And they wanna try to come up to you to try to fix things. Apologize. How can you apologize for the atrocities that you've done and we know about? They fuck animals. She sit on her fucking hands and knees to let her dog fuck her. This man will sit there and hump a dog. I've seen it. Only only I was like, there's no way. I caught him butt naked with my dog. Uh, uh, like she was like, she didn't even bark. So he must have done multiple times to my dog, to the point that she couldn't even bark. And she's little, and they killed her. And everyone that he was fucking, and I should have took that as a sign when he brought my mastiff. She was a big girl, and he was telling me, "Oh, my friend said that all I have to do if you don't give me none is just tell my dog to back up on me. I say, yo, you nasty. Your friends are nasty. Don't bring my dog up there. Fucking end up raping my dog. Like, who even talks like that? And it was him admitting of what he was doing. And then he killed her. He poisoned her. The same way he tried to poison my dog now. Well, the ones I had. Because he's killed all my cats. Like 14 cats. 14, 60 cats that he killed. He's going down for all of that. Basset is coming for them. Basset's coming for them. ISIS is coming for them. They're all going down. The gods and the goddesses of the universe have had it. The Most High Lord said enough. And he said, regulators, mount up. They here. They here. When you are protected on all four corners of this world. Anywhere you go, you are divinely protected. They just don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe what protects you. The Lord himself, the blood of his shield protects us. You cannot touch us. You cannot touch that. So I needed to speak about absolutely everything they've done because they think you forgot about everything. They think that using all the poison that they've been poisoning my food in the different bodegas that I go to. They tell them when I'm walking in there to poison my food, my sandwiches, my coffee, my cigarettes. If I bought a Lucy, they went and poisoned the they they poison the Lucy's. So they're poisoning your smoke, your drink, your food, everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. And here you are, still standing. What? And they don't believe what? They don't believe that the Most High Lord, I'm here at the church, look. They don't believe that the Most High Lord himself is protecting you. They think they're going up against you. They think that you're doing spells on them. Meanwhile, they're in the kitchen. They're going to the bayous. They're going to the darkest of the bayous to get witches and warlocks to come together. On all four corners of this world, they all get together at the same time, same date, just to come at you with some witchcraft. Or brujeria, voodoo, santeria, black magic, brujeria, hoodoo, all of it. And here you are still standing. They just can't believe it. They're fucking delusional, sick motherfucking mind. They're not getting away with nothing, none of it. They're all going to for fraud, identity theft of a home. They took your home. Yes, you own property. Beautiful, beautiful property. Why do you think they want it so bad?
that's how beautiful.
And it's all yours. The treasures that were left behind, they're all yours. Everything. You think that $700,000 of jewelry worth of jewelry that they stole is gonna look like dirt compared to what was left to you? When I tell you your ancestors left you an abundance beyond your imagination, don't even think of a number. Don't even think of a number because you'll never think of that number. So they were able to get away with some, but it was so that they could get caught up, and they're caught up. You're caught up. Yeah, they're caught up. All of them, your family members, your sisters, your brothers, your stepbrother, your stepsister, they're all going down for this. All of them, all of them. They were all involved in the murder of innocent lives, just to line their pockets with these souls. And now they go down for all of that. And you're gonna speak up, and when you speak up, you're gonna tell them everything, absolutely everything. They didn't want you to speak up. They didn't want you to tell on them, but you are. That's what you're here for. Touch not my anointed. Do my prophets no harm. Who do you think you are? You are the prophet. That's why they can't do you no harm. Yeah, you feel it. You feel a little sick, a little pain here and there, but you heal. You heal in your sleep. You heal. That's why they try not to let you sleep. That's why they try doing things, putting things in your food and drink so that you can't sleep. Putting things on your bed so that it causes you pain and cramps and stuff like that. That's why they do it. Because they know you heal. Look, this girl. So, just know that you made it. There's a reason that you made it. You can't give up now. There ain't no giving up. You're a true warrior of God, right? He puts his strongest warriors up to this type of battle because he knows who you are and how far you're willing to go for this world, for your children, for your grandchildren. Oh, this girl, I can't with her. She followed me anyway. But I need you to know that you made it. You made it. Whatever you've gone through, believe me, you, the divine is going to bless you tenfold because he's seen it all. He's been with you by your side, whether you know it or not, through every tear, every anguish, every death, everything that's been done. He's been by your side, making sure that you're taking your next step. So when you sit there thinking, has you forgotten me? Have I been forsaken? No, he would never forsake you. You're doing your battle for him. So please, I ask that you continue to persevere, because that's what you've been doing, persevering. And they're all angry. You think all these men and women that work in this shelter over here, they mad. They mad at me because I won't let them get me out of character. They start yelling at me, trying to put false accusations at me, sending girls after girls after girls after me to try to put me in a fight or an argument, and I just walk away. I just walk away. Turn my shoulder. Because they know they can't touch me. Because when you touch somebody, it's on and popping. And they know it. So all they could do is continue to take your food, continue to put shit on your bed, on your cot. I don't even have a bed, I have a cot. Continue to make you restless, um, hungry. They play with your phone. They play with your food stamps, your SSI benefits, whatever you're getting to survive. They make sure that you don't get no notices. I've got none. I got me a PO box and not one piece of mail in it, and it's been 3 months, 3 months since I've had it, or 2.5 months. Okay, 2.5 months, and they told me within 8 weeks my mail should be delivered there, and not one. They keep redirecting your mail. It's not you. Because you're not calling it. If you got a P.O. box, why the hell would you be redirecting your mail somewhere else? It makes no sense. It makes no logical sense. Because you wouldn't be paying for something if you weren't going to be using it. You've gotten no notification of your court dates. You've gotten no penny from any kind of inheritance or money that was left to you, whether you're a trust fund baby or nothing. You've gotten nothing. They've kept you in poverty for a reason. They kept you in poverty. They didn't buy you a thing. I bought my own clothes. I bought my own things. He never bought me nothing. Nothing. Made sure they kept you like that. I was with them since I was 17. Didn't want me to go to college. Didn't want me to get an education. Didn't want me to work. All right. So whatever we had in the house, it was it. Was it. I was always on food stamps. Um, paid Medicaid, shit like that. Always playing with your health. He's been trying to kill me for over 20 years. Over 20 years. Because I had to notice how I was getting sick to the point where I was crawling on the floor with pain that my mind would go because of the severe pain. Not knowing that I was being poisoned the whole time. This man was poisoning me, raping my children so they could get away with everything that they've done. Him and this crazy witch. They sit around a table and they have sex with each other. Cause they can't have sex with nobody else. They got deadly STDs now. Womp womp. That was their karma. What comes around goes around. They tried to get you, and they wound up getting themselves caught up. They went to a different country and they caught something deadly, and they brought it back and they brought it to the coven. The coven is fucked. Literally fucked. They fucking each other. Man on man, woman on woman, having threesome, foursomes, all these orgy parties. Yeah, now they all got it. Now they all got it. And they're all gonna die from it. Because that's what's meant. That's the karma they get. They don't get to heal that. And you know what's crazy? Is their higher ups, their real higher ups, they got the cure for that and they won't get it. I'm good. I'm hanging in there. I was just upset because I've been trying to put up a video and they had took off some guy is on my phone where you see my what's it called? I'm sorry, hold on. My email address. Yeah, so there's a guy on my phone that been messing with my phone, taking off the mic, the camera, so I couldn't have any. I couldn't make any videos. I didn't know how. I'm not. What's fucked up is I'm not electronically knowledgeable. I really am not. So I can't make stars come out of my ass. Rainbows fucking flying around. Tweety birds. I can't do none of that. Like I wish I could really upgrade on on my phone so that I could really. I don't have a space where I can do my cards. I just got a library card, so I'm gonna use one of their booths, to see if I can start doing readings in the booth, so I can get back to at least some of the cards. So I'm gonna start seeing if I could get back to using the booth. I don't know how many times they're gonna let me use it. If I could do a reading every day or something, maybe for an hour or two, use the booth. So I'm gonna see about that. So hopefully I'll be seeing you. You're gonna be celebrating soon, my warriors. You hear me? You didn't fight this long, and you haven't been out here this long for no reason. You understand me? You didn't go through the fire. Not only were you going through the fire, but you sat in it. You had to sit through that, through everything that could possibly went wrong. That you had to figure out what the hell was going on and where was your help. Where was the Most High Lord? The Most High Lord wanted to make sure that you weren't going to quit on him, that you weren't going to blame him for what the devil was doing. He wanted to make sure that you wouldn't let go of that little mustard heap, that little mustard seed of hope and faith. He wanted to see how far they would push you and that you would still know that God was with you all this time. I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that because here comes your gifts. All right? He has set he is using your enemies as your footstool, as your footstool. Something about a stove, so be careful with the stove. You know, they're arsenics. This man is an arsenic. He has people go into the house and wire up the house and then go around the corner. He want to be the one to press the button to like ignite the house. He wants you to be in that house so that he could blow it up. Yeah, this is what he does. This is what he's famous for. When he can't have something and he don't want you to have it. Well, if I can't have you, nobody can. So he'll spread a whole bunch of lies. You're a dirty mother, or you weren't a mother at all. You were some dirty hoe, dirty garbage in the street. Listen, he called you the worst of the worst, and he still want to come back. Wait a minute. You talked all this shit, and you want to come back to some dirty hoe, some trashy mother, some crazy psychotic delusional person, and now you want to come back. Yo, make that make sense? They can't stand you, but they want to be you. This motherfucker was impersonating you. A man impersonating women. What did I tell you in one of my videos? That they were going to be trying to leave the country as a woman. They were going to go get their bodies done, to remove the dick, go put a vagina. The girl was going to go to remove the vagina and put a dick and remove her titties. They were both going to do this. Both of them. And come out as a woman on the other side. And they can't. You know why? They're being watched every step, every move you make, every step you take. They'll be watching you. They'll be watching you. They're watching you, motherfuckers. You dumb bitch. They're watching this dumb, psychotic bitch and this psychopathic maniac man. This pedophile that rapes newborn babies. That's why they can't have babies when they grow up. It wasn't something that just happened to their body and they can't have my niece and my daughter, then they can't have babies. It wasn't that my son came out with something and all of a sudden he was having pains in his private area. It was his father raping them while he sedated me at night. He sedated the children so that they wouldn't wake up while he was raping them. But in some instances, they did wake up. That's why they were afraid to be with them. When I said I was leaving, I would leave the house and I would say, "Look, I'm gonna leave you with your dad because he's the one who got a job. I don't have anything to I have nothing to take you through the streets. If I'm in the street, you in the street." And there would be my daughter packed her bag and she was, "I'm coming with you. You're not leaving me here." And my son be running, holding onto my leg because I couldn't leave them. I couldn't leave them. I had to stay in the fire with them because this man wouldn't give me a divorce. I had gotten a lawyer for domestic violence because he put a loaded gun to my head. He choked me. He covered my nose and my mouth and picked me up off the floor. If I didn't kick him in the ground, I would probably be dead. I would have passed out. And that was the end of it. And I told him, "You leave this house, or I call the police." And that was the end of our relationship. That was 5.5 years ago, going on 6 years. Then when he left, he took everything. He took my birth certificate. I had a box with all my important papers in it. My papers, my kids' birth certificates, their social security cards, their umbilical cord, their first teeth, their first hairs, like everything that I kept of them. He took it all. He took it all, everything. And since I didn't want him back, I'm gonna take everything you own, everything, all the jewelry, all the furniture I bought. I worked hard for all of that. Oh, he didn't put one penny. He wasn't even there. He wasn't even there. I paid for everything to make my home beautiful, to make it to make my house a home, comfortable, loving, beautiful for my family, because it was gonna be my place. Even though I kept hearing, "Enjoy your temporary home." That's what the Most High kept telling me. "Enjoy your temporary home." And I thought it was it because it was by the water, because I kept hearing, "Your home is by the water." So by the ocean. Where I'm at is by the river, the Hudson River, which is beautiful. I love it. I love the house is worn down. It was supposed to be condemned, but I fell in love with it. All the brokenness in it, I felt like we could fix it. We could fix this. We could make her beautiful again. She's to me, she was gorgeous. She was worth fixing. And I felt protected in that home. I felt protected. My daughter kept saying that she felt things in that home because she's intuitive. That's why they can't get rid of them. Because my daughter, my sons are gods and goddesses. They come from the Most High. They are protected by the Most High. How many times they tried to take out? My daughter was in a coma. When she was a baby, they put her in a room with a baby with spinal meningitis. Like, how many times did she have to almost die? She almost died like at least 4 times. 4 times in the hospital. This is all due to her. Right now, she's with a man that her handler. Just like I was with this man and he was my handler. And you don't know it. Like they have you under mind control when you don't know. I didn't believe about spirituality. I didn't believe about witchcraft. I always believed that if you don't believe in it, it couldn't touch you. It's a lie. It's a lie. When they know what they're doing and you don't know nothing about it, they can put you under. And they had me under deep mind control to the point that, listen, when I married this man, I couldn't spell my name. When they tell you that they can take everything from you, that to the point where they can't, you won't even know your name, they're right. Because I sat at that paper and I couldn't even spell my name on the marriage certificate in the middle of the night, in the dark, in a dungeon, in a judge's house. That's where it was. I don't remember what I wore. No flower. I know I didn't have no flowers. Nothing was prepared. He just snatched me up and said, "We're getting married. Like right now, we're gonna go to the judges." And I'm like, "What? What? What?" And I went. And meanwhile, I had told him that we could be engaged forever, but I didn't want to get married. And here I am, married. Well, if he was already married, everything was done fraudulent. Everything. Everything. Had 3 kids with him, still married to him 40 years because even with this divorce attorney, he was able to delete all the information from my computer, my phone. Didn't get any more mail, so they took all my mail. I don't get not one piece of mail. No bills, no nothing. Nothing. No medical bills. I get not one piece of mail. I find that impossible. Like, I've been notified of nothing. He's never told me nothing. Oh yeah, I gave her something. I gave her this, or I told her this, and all a lie. That's all they do is lie. They live by their lies. They believe their own lies. They believe their own lies. Every time we go into family court, that I'm fighting, you know, to be with my grandchildren, he sits there saying, "Oh, she needs psychiatric help." Like what? Who needs psychiatric? You need psychiatric help for what you've been doing. But I can't sit there and act up and give him that stage. I'm not gonna do that. I know that everything will be clarified. I know it, and I believe it here because I believe in my Lord. So I need you to believe in Him in everything you do. Yes, I do watch my videos all the time. I go over them and I cry all over again. All right? Yeah, because I've gone through all of it. So when people say, where do you get your information? What the fuck? I've been living it. I've been living it. That's where my information comes from. Living through it. I'm sorry, but when they want to sit there and say, oh, look, she's a crybaby, oh, here she goes crying, I'm emotional. I'm a fucking cancer. I'm emotional. I'm emotional. I'm hurt. Going through all this is traumatizing. It's fucking, they try to give you post-traumatic stress disorder. You have to fight that. And you're being put through it 24 hours a day over here. You know? So, that's it. They want to set you up again. Divine masculine, divine feminine. They want to set you up for a crime you didn't never committed or crimes. God knows how many crimes. And I believe it's a weapon that's already been used in another crime. So they're going to be caught up big time. Big time. Big time. And that shit, let them cry. You thought you was a crybaby. You thought you was a crybaby. They're crying. They're crying like the bitches that they are. They've been trying to get you kidnapped. They've been trying to get someone to rape you, beat you. They got girls to jump me. And here I am still standing. So when I tell you you can make it through this, you're gonna make it through. You understand me? No matter what you're going through, cry it out. I don't give a fuck. Cry it out. Fucking walk it off, run it off, whatever you gotta do. You got this. You fucking got this. I'm telling you, you a warrior of God. Stop. Stop thinking otherwise. He got your back regardless of what you're going through, what you lost. Your children, your grandchildren, your home, your assets, all that shit. It comes back tenfold, I tell you. The gift that he has for you, he's using your enemies at footstools. They will have to watch you as this table has been set before you. They will have to watch you eat. So stand strong, my warriors. You got this.